Let's face it, your office is probably not your favorite place in the world. Your desk is cluttered with papers you've been meaning to sort through, and there's that one guy on the floor who always talks way too loud. But some workplaces around the world can be scarier than your inbox after a long vacation. If you worked in one of the 10 buildings in this video, a late night at work might end with a paranormal sighting. Welcome back to another episode of Epiz Scary, bringing you the best spooky content on the internet. If you love unsolved mysteries, freaky videos, ghosts, and the paranormal as much as we do, then this is the place for you. Subscribe to the channel now so you never miss any of our fantastically freaky uploads as soon as they're available. Let's get into today's episode. Banff Springs Hotel, Alberta, Canada. Built in 1888, the Banff Springs Hotel housed plenty of famous guests, including Marilyn Monroe and Queen Elizabeth II. There are numerous ghost stories that abound in the operating hotel, particularly around the now sealed-off room 873. Guests who have stayed in the room reported being woken up by violent shrieks, and housekeepers sent to clean the room said they found bloody fingerprints in the bathroom mirror that could not be removed. Another common sighting includes a phantom bride whose wedding was supposed to be in the hotel. She's been spotted dancing alone late at night in the ballroom. Guests staying at the hotel might come across a very helpful elderly Scottish bellman in a dated uniform. Sam Macaulay was a beloved bellman who died in the late 1970s, but still welcomes guests. Australian College of Wine, formerly the Airedale Lunatic Asylum, Victoria, Australia. Constructed in 1864, the Airedale Lunatic Asylum was Australia's largest mental hospital, comprising 60 buildings spreading across 100 acres. In its 130-year history, it's estimated that over 13,000 people died in the hospital. The facility closed in 1998, but the Northern Melbourne Institute of Technical and Further Education reopened it 3 years later as the Australian College of Wine. Despite no longer being used for the original purpose, spirits reportedly still haunt the campus and haunted tours occur frequently, particularly in the morgue. Wait, why is there still a morgue? The Bullock's-Wilshire Building, Los Angeles, California. Now a Southwest Law School building, this was originally a grand department store. The Art Deco building was built in 1929, and the store was frequented by some of the most famous people in the world, including Walt Disney, John Wayne, Alfred Hitchcock, and Clark Gable. You may recognize the roof from the ending of the original Ghostbusters film. In addition to the usual unexplained voices, footsteps, and lights flickering, this building has an added creep factor: secret passageways that lead from the building's namesake, Mr. Bullock's penthouse. During a remodel of the building for its current use as a law library, several construction workers quit due to unexplained phenomena. McMenamin's White Eagle Saloon, Portland, Oregon. Originally, this saloon and hotel were opened in 1905 as a respectable establishment to serve the area's Polish working population that lived in the, at the time, residential area. But as the surrounding area quickly industrialized, the White Eagle Saloon changed as well, catering to a rougher crowd. Today the saloon is a haven for rock and roll enthusiasts, and for those in search of the paranormal. People have reported seeing coins fall from the ceiling or appear on the ground seemingly out of thin air. Chairs move by themselves, toilet paper in the ladies' room flies around on its own accord, and an entity can be seen walking from the bar to the men's bathroom. Sunshine 60 Ikebukuro, Japan. This 60-foot skyscraper was the tallest building in Japan until 1991, but it still holds the title of the most haunted skyscraper in the country. The tower was built on the ground that once housed Japan's most infamous Sugamo prison, constructed to hold political prisoners, including anarchists and communists. During World War II, the tower was overtaken by Allied forces and used to hold prisoners of war. In constructing the new skyscraper in 1971, city planners even chose the name Sunshine 60 to give the tower a cheerier feel, despite a bleak history. But construction was rife with setbacks and freak accidents, and this general eeriness didn't go away once the skyscraper was completed. Maintenance workers tasked with cleaning up at night have reported hearing strange laughter, whispers, and chanting. Even during the daytime, people report inexplicable gusts of frigid cold or suddenly tripping and falling when nothing was in the way. Los Angeles City Hall, California. Security guards report a couple of haunted floors in this government building, but two, in particular, are especially creepy. The 27th floor features paintings of all former mayors of Los Angeles, but a particular painting in a back hallway is especially eerie, as a man portrayed seemingly watches you as you walk by. The second floor is made entirely of marble and is said to feature noises coming from all directions. A potential explanation? Rumor has it that the City Hall building previously housed a morgue. Empire State Building, New York. Doomed souls and frightening happenings are probably not what you generally identify with the Empire State Building. Although, despite its romantic Sleepless in Seattle reputation, dozens of people have attempted to commit suicide by jumping from this iconic skyscraper. One tragic suicide, in particular, haunts its 86th floor, Evelyn McHale. According to Life magazine, the 23-year-old jumped to her death on May 1, 1947. Witnesses found her crumpled, lifeless body atop a parked car, and despite the circumstances of her death, she looked gorgeously serene with her red lipstick still in place. The photograph of her suicide is known colloquially as the most beautiful suicide. Today, much to their unrest, visitors occasionally spot a beautiful woman dressed in 1940s-style clothing jumping to her death, only to find out that she's already dead. Harpo Studios, Chicago, Illinois. You get a ghost sighting. And you get a ghost sighting. This space was made most famous for being the studio for the Oprah Winfrey Show, but the history of the building has a dark past. In 1915, the Western Electric Company chartered 4 ships to take employees and their families to the annual company picnic. However, one of the ships had a history of balance problems and capsized. In order to prevent thieves from stealing from the pockets of the deceased, the city set up a makeshift morgue in the building that would later become Harpo Studios. A memorial plaque marks the spot of the tragedy, but that hasn't stopped ghosts from haunting the studio. Disembodied sobs and phantom old-time music are commonplace. The Kentucky State Office Building, Frankfort, Kentucky. Known for being one of the most haunted spots in the whole state of Kentucky, this office building was originally built as a Kentucky State Penitentiary in 1798. However, overcrowding and severe flooding damage led to the building being decommissioned as a prison by the mid-1930s. Those currently working in the building believe some of the former inmates haven't left, including one particular ghost who seems to enjoy running the copy machine late at night. Unexplained activity picked up during a big renovation from 2005 to 2007, with construction workers reporting being grabbed by unseen hands and at least one person who claimed to have been shoved down the stairs. The Princess Theatre, Melbourne, Australia. This iconic theatre was opened in 1857 and remains the oldest entertainment site in Australia. However, for many years the theatre always left a single seat open in the dress circle on the opening night of new productions, so the theatre's friendly ghost, 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬, could get a good seat. 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬 was an Italian baritone singer who died on stage in 1988 due to a heart attack after falling through a faulty trapdoor. Actors performing at the Princess Theatre today actually consider 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬 sightings to be good luck, and he's called the most friendly ghost in the world. Rolling Hills Asylum. Located in East Bethany, the Rolling Hills Asylum opened in 1827 to house the less fortunate. Widows, orphans, and the mentally and physically disabled who were sent here were known as inmates. With over 1,700 deaths documented on the grounds and thousands unaccounted for, it's easy to see why it is not only one of the most haunted places in New York but in the world. Jack Banyan is one of the spirits that still linger on his old stomping grounds. Jack escaped on Halloween in 1973, exactly 30 years from the date when he first arrived at the asylum. He was never seen again and left a note on the wall written in blood stating, "You're all going to pay." Phantom voices, doors slamming, and footsteps are just some of the things you might hear if you have the courage to step inside. That brings us to the end of this video all about the most haunted workplaces around the world. Which of these workplaces would you most hate to have to work in? Get involved, and let us know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a thumbs up. Plus, if you want to see more awesome scary content just like this, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as we upload a new video. As always, thanks for stopping by. See you again soon in the next one.